everybody. It's Lord Tremendous here. Time for Game 4 of the Alamo GT 2013. Can't even tell you how excited I am to talk about it. This is November 3rd. Yeah, day 2 of the 5-game frenzy. It's a 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous, that's me, versus Prince Grigetta, or something like that. The High Elves. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I'm terrible with words that aren't English, and even ones that are English, I'm terrible with those too. So if I murdered the name, I apologize. But yes, this is Game 4 of the Alamo GT, and sit back, relax, and get ready to see how it went. This is scenario 4. Basically, it's called Come and Take It. Each player gets a cannon. Yeah. Just when you thought you'd seen everything, now they're giving me cannons. The cannon has no crew. It's toughness 7, 3 wounds, and what's it called? The cannon can't hurt the other cannon. It just doesn't happen that way. Basically, it works as a cannon with no crew. It magically reloads itself and fires. The cannonballs count as magical attacks. And yeah, like I said, you can't take out the opponent cannon with the cannon. To win the objective, you have to kill the opponent's cannon without losing your own cannon. So yeah, it was interesting because I'd never really had a cannon before. But at the same time, since they don't have a crew, the minute it gets into combat, it dies. Because it's going to lose combat by 1 just for being charged. It has no hope of doing anything back, so it dies, and that's the end of that. So it was interesting, and, well, you'll see. Here's my list, which is the same as always because it's the Alamo GT list. My Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous, who was Mark Zinch, level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor with Wings, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Demon Blade, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, and Allura Metal. My heroes were an Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Zinch. He was Mark Zinch. He was my BSB. He was on a demonic mount that was barded. He had a great weapon, Talisman of Preservation, Poisonous Slime, Third Eye of Zinch. And, of course, last but not least, my Chaos Sorcerer, Ashikus the Muse, who had the Mark of Slaanesh. He was a level 2 Wizard. On a Steed of Slaanesh, the Slickness, Skullagatom, Luckstone, Enchanted Shield, Ruby Ring of Ruin, and he used Allura Slaanesh, because it kills people. My core choices were 24 by Brick Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Zinch, Full Command, Hand Weapon Shields, and the Banner of Eternal Flame. I had a unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds with Poison Attacks, a unit of 5 Marauder Horsemen, with Mark Slaanesh, Band of Musician, Spears, Shields, Throwing Axes, and Fail. Yes, I loaded them with Fail. I had 2 Chariots, 1 Mark Zinch and 1 Mark Slaanesh. The Slaanesh one being, of course, Orcish Elegance. My special choices were a unit of 5 by Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with banners, musicians, spears, and shields. My Chimera, Trifiction, with poison and regen, and of course, the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex. Love the Beast. My opponent's list was as follows. He had a Prince, Kal-El, the Heart of Avalorn, who was on a Barded Elven Steed, a Giant Blade, a Dawnstone, Dragon Helm, and a Shield with Heavy Armor. He had an Archmage, Jor-El, who was a level 4 Wizard, was on an Elven Steed, had the Terrifying Mask of E, the Opal Amulet, and a Dispel Scroll. His hero choices were a Noble, Mon-El, with a Barded Elven Steed, BSB, Halberd, Dragon Armor, Star Lance, Golden Crown of Azrazar, Gold Iron Curse Icon, and the Enchanted Shield. He had another Noble, Talon the Hunter, on a Barded Elven Steed with Dragon Armor, Lance, Charm Shield, Potion of Strength, and a Reaver Bow. Last but not least was his Noble, Callus, on a Barded Elven Steed with a Longbow, Dragon Armor, Shield, Luckstone, and Ogre Blade. His core choices were a big old brick, a 13 Silver Helm, the Heart Guard with full command and shields, 3 units of Valerian Reavers that were called Forest Scouts, and they all had bows and musicians. His special choices were 5 Dragon Princes, Dragon Hearts, with Band of Musician. He had another unit of Dragon Princes, also called Dragonheart, with Band of Musician. And his rare choices were a Flamespire Phoenix called Scorch, 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, and 2 Great Eagles with Swift Sense. Blah, blah, blah. So yes, basically an all cav army. Nothing was on foot with the exception of his bolt thrower crews. Everything either flew or galloped. So I'd never run into a list like this before. I was excited to see it. These are my spells: 4 metal, 2 Slanesh, 1 fireball. These are his spells, all from the lore of well, I think these are the ones from the lore of High Magic, and I believe he had what's it called? He had lore of Shadow too, didn't he? I don't remember. But yeah. It was a good list. He had some good stuff. I guess he just had High Magic. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Here's deployment. As you can see, it was kind of odd. He had his 3 units of Reavers up front, ready to, get in the way and stuff like that, and shoot and harass. His 2 units of Orlarian Reavers on the left side, I think, were going after my cannon, which is in the bottom left. Putting in the forest just seemed like a good idea. I really didn't know what to do with the cannon. His Dragon Princes, 1 on each side, as well as his huge unit of Silverhelm right dead in the middle, with a couple of Eagles, Great Eagles, ready to do whatever they are. And he put his Phoenix as far away from the cannon as humanly possible, which I thought was smart. My House Striders moved up right behind the house, an inch away from the house, so that stupid Phoenix couldn't charge me. Meanwhile, the Marauder Horsemen ran out there to get in the thick of it, because I want them to die. This is my opponent's right flank. That far left unit right there is as a unit of Reavers. There's a unit of Dragon Princes right behind them with his general right attached to him. There on our far right there is a Bolt Thrower team with another unit of Reavers right in front of them. My opponent's center on the far left there is an Eagle. There's his cannon, the magical cannon strategic objective thing. Right next to the cannon is his huge unit of Silverhelm with his Archmage, his BSB, and another Noble inside. Right next to them is another Great Eagle. In front of that Great Eagle is another unit of Valerian Reavers. And on the far right is a big old unit, well, another unit anyway, of Dragon Princes with a Noble inside. I'm not really sure which Noble, to be honest with you. They all start looking alike after a while. And of course, his right flank is another Bolt Thrower with his Flame Phoenix. My right flank consists of my House Striders right up against the house there. They're not in the house, relax, they were an inch away, but yeah, they were just sitting back there because I didn't want the Phoenix to charge them, and I wanted the Phoenix to move so that I could get towards that Bolt Thrower as fast as possible. There's a unit, there's my Chariot, Orcish Elegance, and of course my Chimera. Trifiction! Yeah, I'm always happy to have him around. Right here, my center with the Demon Prince right there on our right. Right next to him is my BSB. There's my dogs, my unit of warriors, my Tzeentch Chariot, and my left flank. There's the Marauder Horseman going up to die. Right next to the Beast, who I put over there just to kind of watch over the cannon. A lot of low toughness, high armor save stuff, so his spell was going to be useful here. Here is top of 1 after movement, and as you can see, I got to go first. Yay! The Marauder Horsemen run over to throw axes at the Reavers. My Chariot and my Warriors kind of stay back a little bit because I wanted his Silverhelm to charge. If you notice, my BSB is right up against the edge of the forest there, and the plan here was give him a decent charge for the Silverhelms to slam into him. I was pretty confident that my BSB could take him. And if I could just win by 1 or 2, if you're in the forest, you're not steadfast. And I didn't think he had the Crown of Command. He gave me his list. I probably should have checked, but it just feels like cheating. So I don't know. If you see where my Demon Prince is, I really wanted his Phoenix to charge my Demon Prince because I have the Dragonbane gem. So I would have loved to get into that damn Phoenix. So I threw him right up in his face and dared him to try it. Meanwhile, my Slanesh Chariot was in the back there just in case it was Dragon Princes instead of the Phoenix that charged in. I knew my Demon Prince would be fine against Dragon Princes, so I was going to send the Chariot in right after it. Right after him, after that one. And the Beast moves up behind the hill because in this tournament, hills go all the way to the ceiling. They block line of sight. So I was going to use the hill for the ability to throw his magic spell and stuff without having to risk being charged. The Chimera does run into a tree. Yeah, I put him in the forest for the same reason, and he runs into a tree. So, damn my eyes, I don't even know. The Marauders throw an axe and kill an elf, and that's a good thing. So I'm not going to trash talk them quite as much this game. I fire the cannon during my shooting phase. It bounces clean over the Dragon Princes, hits the bolt thrower crew, does not hit the Phoenix, and I kill one crew. I don't like cannons. They just don't work for me. Here's bottom of one after movement, and yeah, as you can see, he took my bait. The Phoenix did not charge the Demon Prince. He checked my list, saw the Dragonbane gem, and thought against it. Meanwhile, the Dragon Princes, though, with his Noble in there, charged the Demon Prince, and that was fine. The Silverhelm charge into the BSB and are now in the forest. He loses one guy to dangerous terrain. I was thrilled. I think his eagle tried to charge the flank of my Marauder Horseman, so I fled, and then they redirected into the dogs. One of them actually hit. And his lord and the Dragon Princes charge right up on top of the hill. And they don't charge at Mutalith because they can't see him, but they do stay right there on the hill and look right down at the Mutalith, so that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, his 2 units of Reavers fly around to go after my cannon, and I'm fine with that. I didn't really think I was going to get the objective point against Elves in this one. There's a better picture of Silverhelm slamming into my BSB. There's the dogs getting hit by an eagle. Eagle! And there's the other unit of Dragon Princes with a Noble slamming into the Demon Prince, which I was happy with, because, yeah, now I'm not getting hit by cannons. Speaking of cannons, though, his magic phase is a wash, so we go into shooting, and his cannon plugs and kills Orcish Elegance. There was nothing I could do. He hit it, like, directly. It was perfect. His cannon worked a lot better than mine. Right here, his Reavers that ran into the forest to go after the Chimera are, I think they lose one, but the Chimera takes a wound. And his Bolt Thrower takes out one of my warriors. Meanwhile, his Reavers shoot at my cannon and slip a wound through, and yeah, like I said, I didn't expect to keep the cannon. Over here, in combat, the dog survived against the eagle, but charged 2 wounds to nothing. I lost by 3. I was out of range for my my Demon Prince, but my BSB was in range. They had like 2 shots at a 2, and they didn't make it. So they fled. They get away because the eagle refuses to pursue, and the warriors don't break. Thank God. Over here, his Noble refuses to challenge, and my Demon Prince is only able to kill 1 Dragon Prince because he's making his armor saves. I mean, what can you do? Over here, my BSB issues a challenge because he wasn't going to. His unit champion accepts and gets his face pounded in for it. I win combat by 2, but he stays. And I get +1 attack on the Eye of the Gods chart for my trouble. Yay! Here's top of 2 after movement, and as you can see, I am now going all in because I really did come to this tournament. I was hoping to finish 4-1. Right now, I'm 1-3, so I'm motivated. I'm definitely motivated. The Hellstriders spin around now that the Phoenix has moved out of the way. The Warriors slam into the Silverhelms with the BSB. The Chimera goes into the Reavers that are in the forest, and the Mutalith charges the Dragon Princess because he doesn't really have a choice. It was do or die type of stuff. Meanwhile, the Chariot runs over, and I was just trying to put a threat into his Reavers. I knew he was going after my cannon. I knew it was a strategic objective. If he kills my cannon, even if I kill his, we don't get anything. Or I don't get anything. He would still get it, so... I knew his cannon was probably dead. I was hoping maybe putting the Chariot there would deter him from charging it, and, well, you'll see. There's a Mutalith slamming into the Dragon Princess. I know it looks like he didn't move, but physics stopped me from trying to crush his models and stuff. You know, and just, I didn't really feel like breaking the guy's models. He wasn't a bad person. There's the Warriors slamming into the Silverhelm. Here's the Beast. Yeah, magic and shooting is a wash, so we go into combat, and the Beast, not only, okay, real quick, his lord, his general, has the giant blade, so he's like strength 6 or 7. He easily hits the Beast 4 times, all 4 of his attacks, all 4 times. When he rolls to wound, he rolls 3 1s and a 2. So he wounds once, and it gets through. I don't regen it. His Dragon Princes don't do anything, and my Beast is able to kill 2 of the Dragon Princes. 2 or 3? No, 2. And they break. He fails his, or he loses combat by like 3 or something like that. And they break, and the banner guy dies, and my Beast, he doesn't catch him. They run like 11 inches, and the Beast goes like 5. But yeah, the Beast actually broke them, and he didn't catch him. How awesome is that? If I had caught him, that would have just been the icing right there. Over here, Trifection easily kills a bunch of the fast cav and overruns just a few inches. The Silver Helm and the are just destroyed. My BSB issues another challenge. It's accepted by a noble who gets crushed. My BSB gets +1 initiative. Meanwhile, my warriors throw all their attacks at his Archmage and kill him, and we win by a boatload. They are not steadfast, and they get run down. My BSB ends up catching them. So, glory be to me. I was very happy. That is a ton of points that just died. 3 characters and an entire unit of Silverhelm plus his BSB. Oh, I was sitting pretty. Over here in combat, my Demon Prince can't. He issues another challenge just to try to negate some attacks. His Noble accepts, and we trade wounds. I take one, he takes one. It wasn't a Demon Blade this time. He just would not stop making his armor saves. It was amazing. So, yep, I end up losing this combat, but who cares? I'm a Demon Prince. Right here, bottom of 2 after movement, his Phoenix flies over some stuff and tries to firebomb. It doesn't hurt anything. The dogs rallied last turn. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Other than that, his Reavers charge my cannon, and the Eagles just kind of fly around to get in the way of stuff. Yeah, there's the Reavers into the cannon right there. The cannon's already dead. He doesn't even have to roll the wound. He's already won by 1 just for charging. So I was hoping that maybe being in the forest, he would lose a guy to dangerous terrain. But no, I'm the only one that has units that like to slam in the trees when they run into forests. His, fine. 9 dice, not well. No, not 1 failed. I think 1 failed. 1 failed. One of the blue guys died. But who cares, right? Meanwhile, his general does rally. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't, but he did. Over here in the shooting phase, again, his magic is gone. So in the shooting phase, his cannon misfires 5. So it just can't shoot this turn. Which, hey, like I said, cannons suck. During the shooting phase, though, his bolt throwers are able to destroy all of my Hellstriders. That sucks. But, yeah, now Ashicus is all by himself, and so poop. Yeah, the useless cannon gets poofed, and that's fine. I don't care. And he overruns. Again, not losing anybody. Takes a victory lap. And yeah. Just real quick, if you look, you can see all those Nurgle chariots over there. Yeah, there was a guy there playing a all-chariot army. It was very cool. Very, very cool. Judging by how many chariots are on the side, it doesn't look like it worked out for him all that well. But yeah, sorry, just a sidebar. But yeah, this is where these Reavers end up after they kill my cannon. Over here, the Noble dies. The Demon Prince is able to cut him down, but not before the Noble puts another wound through on the Demon Prince. My dice just hadn't woke up this morning yet, I guess. But the Noble is dead, and while I win this combat, the Princes are proud. They stick it out. So here's top of 3 after movement, and as you can see, my Mutalith refused to charge again the Dragon Princess. Maybe I should have, but I was really hoping on my spell in order to get it off, and then I completely forget to use the spell, so stupid on my part. I did toy with the idea. I just didn't think I was going to get quite as lucky with Strength 7 again, or 6, or whatever he had. I didn't think I was going to get that lucky again, so I didn't want to chance it. Meanwhile, the Marauder Horsemen run around, the chariot charges the Reavers in the forest, and at this point, I'm just like, the hell with the Reavers, it's time for them to go. And yeah, my warriors turn to face the Phoenix, and the BSB charges his cannon because it's got to go. Yep, there we go. It was a risk, I know, going into the forest. I debated it, but I decided in the end, what the hell, and I went for it. Oh yeah, the Chimera did charge the bolt thrower over here because I needed the bolt throwers to go. And there's my BSB in all his glory going after the cannon. Magic is a wash, shooting doesn't exist, so combat! And my chariot pulverizes the Reavers, so they may have been proud for killing a cannon, but they'll be proud in hell where they belong. Yeah, again, the cannon is destroyed the minute you charge it because it has no crew and no leadership, so it dies. And, of course, the Chimera has no problem eating 2 elves real quick. Over here, I'm able to kill all but 1 Dragon Prince, and the son of a gun refuses to break. Can you believe it? He just refuses to break completely. So, yeah, he's still there, and we're still in combat. So, here's bottom of 3 after movement, and the Phoenix is not having it. It got the heck out of the way. It moved over near the warriors, and yeah, there's what else can I do, right? Other than that, his dragon princes break off away from the Lord, or I guess the Lord breaks away from the phoenixes to go and get basically an inch away from my mutolith. The dragon princes move so that the mutolith has a hard time getting away. And yeah, other than that, everything's pretty much dead. Oh yeah, and an eagle charges Ashicus, which made me a little nervous. I wasn't sure how well Ashicus was going to do in combat against this thing. So, but you know, to flee would have been to go off the table, so it was do or die time. Over here, yeah, as you can see, the beast is trapped. I've got an eagle, I've got a general, and I've got dragon princes all looking right at him. I really didn't know what to do there. I really wish I had remembered to try to get my spell off on him. It was really stupid. In this combat, Ashicus is able to not only stand his ground, but he gets 2 wounds through on the eagle. Who's the man? The eagle loses by 1 and stays, but yeah, the eagle is on his last wound and does nothing to Ashicus. That was awesome. Over here, the princes are finally dead, and the demon prince turns to face the phoenix because I'm hoping to charge it this turn. So good top of 4 after movement, and yeah, the demon prince does charge the phoenix, and the phoenix flees, and he gets away. He flees like 10 inches. Needless to say, my demon prince actually, I rolled so bad for the demon prince's charge. I don't know if I would have made it if he had stood. So I guess the fact that he's fleeing is better than nothing. Meanwhile, the mutolith he can't march. He's march blocked, so he tries to move around to get a better angle at the demon prince or the dragon. The dragon princes. My chariot takes a risk and reforms in the forest, passes his dangerous terrain check with a 2, so I was scared to death there, and my BSB charges the remaining bolt thrower because I'm tired of his shooting phase. See, there's a BSB just earning his keep. During my magic phase, I get Phantasmagoria off on the eagle just in case I lose his combat or something like that, or I'm sorry, in case he loses his combat, but I don't, kill it. I don't know what I was thinking. It was a stupid thing to cast. In combat, the BSB easily kills off the bolt thrower, and unfortunately falls short of the great eagle. So now my mutalis's, pretty much dead. I know it. He knows it. It's unfortunate, but you can't have everything go your way. The greater eagle gets killed. Yeah, Ashicus takes him down. So yeah, awesome. So here's bottom of 4 after movement, and as you can see, his phoenix does rally, and his dragon princes and his eagle charge the mutolith. Meanwhile, his lord charges the marauders, and at this point, there's nothing I can do about that except accept it. No love for the beast. He gets charged in the front by dragon princes and in the flank by the great eagle. And as you can see, the noble or the prince is into the marauder horseman, while the BSB sits back and watches. Yay! In combat, yeah, it's not even hard. The beast doesn't. It only takes 1 more wound, 1 or 2 more wounds, not many. But he's unable to do anything back. I put everything onto the great eagle. Maybe I do 1 wound to the eagle, but I rolled like 3 attacks and I only hit with 1. I did 1 wound to the eagle, but I break and I get run down by the dragon prince, which I think they go like 11 or 12 inches, and so yeah, the beast dies, and that sucks. Yep, I hate it when I lose my beast. Meanwhile, though, on a happier note, the marauders get pulped. I mean, literally pulped by the noble. He kills 4 of them by himself, and his horse hits and kills the final marauder. Yeah. I hate marauders. I'm glad they're dead. I did set them up there. I didn't think that they were all going to get killed like that. The horse, a friggin' elven horse, kills the last marauder. The hell with that unit. I am so glad that I've only got 1 more game with them. But yeah, here's top of 5 after movement, and the BSB goes into the noble, and I think I've got that one. I mean, my BSB is damn near unstoppable, so I'm feeling pretty good about this combat. Meanwhile, my demon prince and the dogs move in such a way that the phoenix can't charge my warriors. Really, I was just worried about, because my warriors have flaming attacks, and it's a flame phoenix. It has like a 2-up ward against flaming attacks. So I was worried about that. I did not want him charging into my warriors, so I moved him in a way that he couldn't. And yeah, that was really the plan. The Chimera ran up to try to get into combat somewhere because I just wanted to solidify my victory. Right here, there's my BSB into the into his general, and I'm pretty sure I've got that one. And in combat, we exchanged wounds. Yeah, it was a very, very close combat. There was very little. He made his armor saves. I mean, what else can you do? There was nothing more for it other than I had to keep hoping that his dice turned on him. So we go to bottom of 5 after movement, and the chariot tries to charge the eagle and fails. It was either the eagle or the princess. Either way, I fail my charge. I get out of the forest without hurting myself, and that's awesome. The phoenix flies over the dogs and kills them with the flaming poop thing that it does. So that sucked. Luckily, my damn warriors didn't break, and that's about it. There's a better picture of the dogs that are now dead because the phoenix pooped on them. Right here in combat, nothing happens. I win by 1 because I have a banner. That's it, though. We make all of our saves, and nobody hurts anybody. So here's top of 6 after movement. Yeah, my warriors turn to face the phoenix just in case, and my demon prince turns just to give the phoenix a better shot at him rather than my chimera. Other than that, though, my chariot does end up finally slamming into the eagle and making it, and that was good. And that's really about it. It was a long distance charge, but he made it. Look at that. Good boy, chariot. We go into combat, and as you can see, it was beautiful. The eagle dies easily, the dragon princes make their panic check, and I turn to face them just in case they were feeling froggy. In combat over here, he slips like 3 wounds through on my BSB, and I roll a couple of 2s. And that's all she wrote. The BSB died to the Elfin Lord, and while that sucks, it was a hell of a combat. My BSB did a lot. He took out Silver Helms, 3 characters, a bolt thrower, and a cannon. I really can't complain about his performance. And the Elf Lord showed us why he was an Elf Lord. Yeah, he killed off my BSB. So to everybody that's like, oh, it can't be done, he got killed by a Toughness 3 Elf Lord. So I don't want to hear it. It was good. I was upset. I literally swore when he died. I was like, boy, good job. We laughed pretty hard about that, but it was a good combat. So what can you do? Over here, bottom of 6, I got charged by his lord. My chariot got charged by his lord, and to hell with that. My chariot fled and got away. Meanwhile, the phoenix went into the warriors, and that was about it. There's a better picture of the phoenix going into my warriors. And I end up losing a few warriors for my trouble. I think I actually do a wound to the phoenix. I'm not 100% on that, but it doesn't matter in the end. I win combat, the phoenix stays, and there's the end of the game. Really, nothing changed. So yeah, in the end, I ended up pulling it out, but it was a fun game, and it was cool playing an all-cav elf list. I'm not used to seeing that. Quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. Get you some banners. Look at the banners. You want the banners. You can't live without the banners. Your army will do better with banners. Don't believe me? Get a banner. Prove me wrong. I bet you can't. I bet you can't. Send this guy an email. Go check him out on Facebook. Get yourself a banner. There's no reason not to. Token time, guys. Look at the tokens. Look at the wound counters. Look at the status effect markers. Everything that you could possibly need next to your units in order for you to remember the pluses and the negatives from augments, hexes, status effects, whatever. Just get them. Send this girl an email. She does incredible work, and she does it incredibly cheap. There's nothing over $10. I'm telling you, get these things. They're worth it. They make it so that you play better because you stop forgetting things. But yeah, send her an email. Get the ball rolling. It's worth it. So yeah, after all was said and done, it was a victory for Lord Tremendous, 16-4. I didn't get 20 because I didn't get the scenario. You have to keep your cannon and kill your opponent's cannon in order to get the scenario objective, and I did not do that. We both killed each other's cannon, so it is what it is. The Warriors ended up losing the BSB, the Marauder Horsemen. Who cares? Orcish Elegance, my Hellstriders, and the Beast. Oh, it hurt to lose the Beast. The Elves lost everything except for an Archmage, and his Prince. No, I'm sorry. They did lose the Arch. Let me try that again. The High Elves lost everything except for his General, one unit of Reavers, and the Phoenix. Yay, I did it! Words are hard! But yeah, sorry about that. I guess I needed more sleep. But yeah. Everything except for those few units, and so not a bad showing for the Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, I was proud of the setup by my BSB where the Silverhelms charged into the forest. I don't think my opponent realized he wasn't going to be steadfast, and so that was kind of cool. But and not only that, but how about the damn BSB? I mean, except for getting killed by the Prince, he was just a murderer today. Took out the Silverhelms. I mean, granted, the Warriors helped, but he held them up there. He took the charge from the Silverhelms, no less, and then took out two of their unit champion and one of the nobles before running them down, getting the cannon, getting the bolt thrower, holding up the Prince for a couple of rounds before he finally got cut down by the Prince. It was, yeah, the BSB. Oof, he was going the distance this time. And all Cav High Elf army is no joke. I've never faced one before, so I really didn't know what to think, and it was impressive. The versatility, the speed, and the amount of power they can put on the charge. I mean, not to mention running into a strength 6, strength 7, whatever he was, elf prince lord thing. That I wasn't ready for that at all. But yeah, with this game, I am now 2-2, so I'm moving in the right direction. I can maybe get 3-2 and be happy that way. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to meet my goal of 4-1, but 3-2 is respectable. It's above average, or average, however you want to look at it. So yeah, again, about my game, it was a solid list against a solid opponent, and it was a lot of fun. And now onward to Game 5. But yeah, guys, that'll wrap it up for this battle report. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, put them in the comment section below, and I will reply to you, more than likely. But yeah, thanks.